All right, guys. Guys are gonna have to bear with me here because this is probably the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done. Right? Kind of being pretty much fully vulnerable here. Um, but it's something that I need to do just for myself, and obviously because I got a lot of support, and uh, and feel like I need to share just my story so maybe it helps other people, and that's ultimately what I may want. Well, not may, I'm sorry. That's ultimately what I want, right? I said may because I'm doing this for myself, but I hope that it does help other people. Um, so yeah, I hope it does. Um, so the post was obviously been going through some shit this year, and it's not COVID related, but COVID kind of forced some things um, to be dealt with. Um, but yeah, everyone that showed me support on that original post and that showed me support on my most recent post, like I love every single one of you guys, whether or not I know you, because you didn't have to do that and you decided to do that, and that goes a long way, especially when someone kind of doesn't think that I don't know, that they deserve happiness or love, which is basically my case, and that's kind of the segue of where I'm going with this. Um, so yeah, that meant a lot to me. Whether or not you just sent me an emoji or you actually reached out and said that that you were there for me. Like it doesn't matter. Like uh, it just meant a lot to me. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. But my story, the origins don't matter. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about any specific event necessarily that involves people that I may have hurt, because I'm not one to do that, and I'm not one to expose anyone. Right? That's not what this is. This is just me realizing the damage that I obviously did to others, but that I did to myself. And it all stems from just not being able to forgive myself for some events that happened 7 years ago, over 7 years ago. Um, and, because of those events, because of that event, I have thought since then that I did not deserve happiness, that I did not deserve to be loved or to love, that just wasn't for me, right? So because of that, I pretty much did almost everything to push away people that wanted to love me or wanted to be in my life, whether it was in a romance setting or friends or family. I mean, I'm just speaking here in general, right? And I will give very specific examples of like what I did with like family and friends, that kind of shed light into what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, I've basically lived this life almost for a decade now, where I I'm recluse, and just push everyone away because I felt like I owed it to the universe for some events that happened a very very long time ago. And then by doing that, I hurt people, not because I wanted to by any means, but I did, and and that sucks. And then it sucks a lot. Um, and I regret the pain that I caused people, and I regret the pain that I caused certain people very, very recently. It just sucks. So, okay. So, what I mean by I felt like I did not deserve happiness and love, I literally mean that, right? I I stopped, going around friends. I stopped talking to friends. I stopped going around family events. I stopped living life. That's essentially what I did. And not being overly dramatic, like I did a lot of like self sabotaging that I regret because I can't get back the last 7 years of my life at all, at all. And I don't want anyone to ever do that to themselves, because you deserve happiness. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love. Whether you were in a situation where you may have caused someone pain, through like a heartbreak, or a friendship ended or something, right? Doesn't matter if you were the one that hurt someone or you were the one that was hurt, right? We all deserve happiness, and we all deserve love, and that's something that I told myself I did not, that I was not deserving of it, that I had to basically be miserable, and that the universe had to see me miserable, because I owed it to the universe, to be miserable. So, some very specific examples of that was, kind of just how I felt about holidays in general, right? I always have said that I hate Christmas and that I hate Thanksgiving and I hate all of that, and the reason why I hate it is because you spent that with like friends and family and loved ones, and you share you build memories, right? And you're just happy, right? Those are very, very happy, like, days of our lives that we all look forward to, right? Like, who does not look forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all that? Like, and I genuinely did not look forward to that, and I would just not be around for any of that, and I would just be home alone, fucking, not necessarily feeling sorry for myself, but just home watching TV and falling asleep like at like 8 p.m. I wasn't like heavily drinking, like those days to just like, go to sleep or anything like that. It was just like, well, it's Christmas Eve. I'm just gonna be home by myself. No Christmas tree, no lights, no nothing, right? And same thing for Thanksgiving. Like, I would go visit like my family early and hang out there for an hour, and then be like, all right, I gotta go, and just come home and just be alone, right? And just because I felt like that's what I had to do. And some things that I did that they were very harmful to like friends and family, and I completely regret it. Take one very, very specific example that we joke about, but me and my friends, well, my brothers, but I do feel bad about it, and I regret doing that. So I've known this set of friends for, man, since I was like 13 years old. I was always at their house almost every day after school. On the weekends, we would always hang out. I mean, we bonded, right? Like their mom is like my mom. They see me as their kid and all that. They're obviously brothers. And I would, after this event happened, I slowly kind of started pulling away, and then they slowly started seeing me less and less. And And then it got to the point that I would only go hang out with them on Christmas and New Year's, and that was the only time that I saw them. And they would always really look forward to those days, obviously because of the event and they're with family. But I know that they also looked forward to those because they got to see me, and I did. I loved hanging out with them in those days. But it was like an internal struggle for me to go over, um, because I just felt like I shouldn't be there because that was that was a pretty rad fucking moment, and I was happy, and I didn't deserve that. So, um, so the event that I am talking about is it's me going over for Christmas, and then how I felt after that Christmas uh, day. So I hung out with them. I want to say it was Christmas of 2018. Dope, fun, right? Hung out with them then, and then they gave me a Christmas present, even though I told them explicitly not to give me a Christmas present. But that's because I said that I hated Christmas presents, and that's because if you get me a gift, that means you care about me, and then I feel funny inside, and those are feelings, and I'm like, no, I can't do this, right? I know, so stupid. I know. So, anyways, hang out with them New Year's, and then I, for whatever reason, I'm like angry at myself like the day after. So I'm angry at myself the day after Christmas, and I'm angry at myself the day after like New Year's, and I'm angry at myself because I was happy, and it basically went against like my personal philosophy of like you don't deserve happiness, and I was upset for a couple days thereafter. And I was so upset at myself that I decided not to share Christmas with them the following year, and to not even share with my family the following year, because it I shouldn't have been happy. So 2019, right, not too long ago, like, rolls around, they invite me over again, and I say I'm gonna go, and then I don't go, and then I tell my family that I'm gonna go, and I go for like an hour, and that's all I could kind of handle, and then I just leave, and then I just come home and just sit here by myself, right, in my house. And I had a very good friend. She's still a good friend, but she knew what was going on. She was like, you need to go and hang out with family. You need to go hang out with these friends. And I was like, no. So, she goes out of her way to, come over and just drop off food before she goes out and does her Christmas thing, and she did that because obviously she just didn't want me to be alone, or she just wanted to show me that people do care about me, right? So she brought me food, and that was very nice. I ate that shit, right? It was really good food. And then she also bought me a small little Christmas tree.